I'm going to share my process for finding keywords for KDP, and we're going to do it in less than 10 minutes. To be clear, it will take more than 10 minutes to get quality keywords. It's the video that I'll keep concise. I hope you understand. Now, first of all, why are keywords the thing that you need to focus on? Because it can make or break the success of your books. Keywords aid in discoverability. What keywords don't do, sell books. That's up to your book cover, your book description, and of course the content. Though I'm going to show you the hard way of doing things, I won't leave you hanging without sharing an alternative. More about that later. First, build out a list of words you feel accurately describe your book. If someone were to ask you what your book was about, but you only had a few words to describe it, what would it be? Don't overthink this one. You merely need it to grease the creative wheels ahead of time. You will unearth some keywords later in your research that you hadn't otherwise thought about. Number 1, install DS Amazon Quick View in your browser. Now, hey, the free version's totally fine. Essentially what this tool does is it shows you the product details from a given book inside the search results, as opposed to clicking on the product, going to the product page, and scrolling on down. It's just a big mess. Now, you're going to enable it for incognito mode when you visit the settings in your browser, then extensions, then details on the browser extension. Tick the option to allow in incognito. Number 2, open your browser in incognito mode. I know, crazy, you didn't think that we were coming to this position, right? If you visit your browser as usual, all the results will be tailored to your interests and buy history on Amazon. We're not marketing to you, so we need something a bit broader. Enter incognito mode. It serves you the broadest results based on a new customer visiting Amazon. Now, don't get caught up in getting first page placement. That comes with time, marketing, book sales, and patience. Besides, trying to find your book on first page search results is not a good use of your time. Every customer gets personalized product recommendations based on what they have bought before, what they have searched for before. Number 3, auto-suggest. Type in your first word from a keyword in your list, but don't press enter. Allow auto-suggest to do its work. Now, jot down any keywords you perceive as relevant to your title. When in doubt, throw it out. Be 100% certain it's a great descriptor of your work. If it's not, it'll only confuse customers and stymie book sales. Number 4, search your keyword list. Now, look up each keyword on your list. Focus on the number of products associated with the keyword in the top left corner on the Amazon page. If it's less than 1,000, great. If it's above 100,000, then you might want to look into alternatives. To be clear, you can still use a keyword if there is an insane amount of search volume. If the keyword phrase is a great descriptor of your book, then keep and ignore the volume. DS Amazon Quick View gets to work next. Simply scroll down the page and look at the average Amazon bestseller rank, also called ABSR. Now, to summarize it briefly, the ABSR is based on the number of products in a given category or product type. The number of sales dictates the placement and ranking. The more sales you have, the closer your book will be to number 1. The less sales you have, the farther your book will rank away from number 1. We want to see an average ABSR of below 100,000. That represents roughly 1 sale per day. Seeing any rank higher than that, like 1 million, means the demand simply isn't there for this keyword in search. But keep an eye out for super competitive keyword placement. If your average ABSR is 100, you're in for a fight and may never see first page placement. Oh, by the way, first page placement is the coveted spot because who has the time to scroll through pages of products from a search? I know I don't. So the closer you are to the top position of the first page search result, the more likely you have to get a sale. As you're researching, be mindful of particularly great keywords that match your book perfectly. Have a reasonable amount of products and an average ABSR that's between, say, 10,000 to 100,000 ABSR. 10,000 is roughly about 12 to 24 sales per day. I think it's probably closer to 24. Number 5, clean up your list. Hopefully you've got a giant list of keywords. Now let's separate the really good keywords from the okay keywords. We want roughly 1 to 4 keywords that we'll use as is in the 7 backend keywords of our book on KDP. As for the rest of the keywords, match up and pair keywords that have some type of overlap. The key to the 7 backend keywords is to fill the slots as much as you can. You don't have to, but it certainly does help. In fact, the Kindlepreneur Dave Chesson shared a case study about how to fill those slots. Find out details when you visit dalelinks.com/7kindle-keywords. In the case study, they tested filling in the boxes completely and then filling them with exact match keywords. They found that 3 to 6 slots filled to the brim work well, with 1 to 4 slots having exact match keywords, meaning they are the exact keyword with no compromise or combination. Once you have these keywords together, start to splice them. Don't overthink this step. Amazon will pull from your metadata and try to make the most sense of your almost non-linear keyword combinations. You have 50 characters per slot, so use them up if you can. Should you use the same root keyword in multiple slots? I wouldn't recommend it. Try to cast a wide net when selecting keywords. I know your book has to have more than just one root keyword to describe it. Number 6, organize. Use a spreadsheet, or like what I do, a Microsoft Word document where I just build out a list with it. And this is what I'm going to use to track the day that I'm researching this and implementing it, and the individual keywords used in the combinations, because later on you may have to go back and troubleshoot or make sure those keywords are actually holding some type of relevancy on Amazon. Number 7, use the leftovers. Any keywords left from your research, incorporate them into a variety of areas, including your book description, author bio, A+ content, and anywhere you have a presence on Amazon. Fun fact, did you know you have a totally separate author bio for each book? Yeah, that's not including the Author Central one. If you're not using a customized author bio, you're missing out on a big opportunity to search engine optimize your listing. But what about the easy way I told you about? Though you'll spend some time building out your keyword list with the previous method, a faster and easier way to do keyword research is with my preferred keyword research software, Publisher Rocket. I literally skip all the first 5 steps I told you about when I use it. Find out more about Publisher Rocket in this next video. I'll see you there.